Hey, my Love is Blind fans. Yes, we are back with another set of episodes. And yeah, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about how Micah and Paul can't decide on a place to live. Bliss's dad would rather send him packing. Kwame looked like he's responding to every issue, whether by laughing at it or by causing problems. And Brett and Tiffany, yeah, they actually shed into some tears. Let's get into it. Welcome back to Romance Review TV. It's Lady T. I got another recap for you guys. Love is Blind, Season 4, Episode 9 through 11. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and unpack this. So we are coming up slowly to the end of this season. We're past the pods, past the honeymoons, met the families. Now we have dress shopping, tuck shopping, and now we also got to talk about these bachelor and bachelorette parties. But we got to start with what happened with Jackie and Marshall first. So yeah, it looked like with these two, they won't even make it to the altar. Because remember that party? Yeah, after the party, Marshall demanded answers. But Jackie claims that she was just too tired to discuss it. And you know what she's not too tired to do, however? Meet up with Josh instead of attending the group mandatory wedding dress shopping. Now, he's no longer slurring his words, but still give off the vibe that he could at any time go all in to describe his feelings. And she did reveal that her nips got a little hard at the party when she first heard his voice. And I'm wondering, was it how loud that he was speaking? Because there is no way she could find Josh drunkenly calling himself Mr. Steal Your Girl sexy at all. And then all this ends with him telling Jackie that he wants to be together. And Jackie admits that she chose wrong and wants to date him now. The whole thing end with this kiss, and I mean, is this cheating? I guess. I mean, I know the rules of the show is kind of murky, but I think she is still engaged to Marshall. And I mean, I know we've been focusing on Irina in the past, but maybe Jackie is the actual villain this season. I mean, man, one mean girl falls, another one I guess could rise to take her place. Now, across town, Marshall was getting his suit fitted while his fiance is having deep-seated trust issues that will affect him for the rest of his days. And then, of course, we see Tiffany leak the intel that Jackie is not even there trying on wedding dresses with the rest of the ladies. And Marshall, yeah, he took off. Now, a couple of days later, we see Jackie telling Marshall that, yes, she'll be dating Josh, and no, you can't even get your ring back because that was a gift from production, providing all of the drama. And then we did see in a little confessional interview later that she says that she doesn't even know if she'll even be dating Josh and probably needs to do some self-work. Well, I mean, at least she's self-aware. And after this, we see Jackie completely disappears. And I guess we'll need to get more information at the reunion. And all I can say is just poor Marshall. Obviously, he wasn't perfect, but no one deserves to be crucified by a man whose favorite show is probably The Office. And at least he can probably get thousands of women in his DM, hoping just to get a little bit of taste of his little raspberry compote. So now let's talk about Micah and Paul. And it looked like Kwame is not a Kwame problem anymore. I mean, we seen them get wedding rings welded, and they really seemed like they were vibing into each other, even though, remember, in the previous episodes, her friend was definitely not feeling Paul. However, I'm not sure I'm too sold on this couple because a lot of their declarations wasn't that positive. They really don't talk about what the other add to each other's lives and how afraid of losing one another they are. I mean, it's possible that even though it seemed like they're on a good note on the surface, is it possible that after a year in the real world, would their relationship kind of fizzle out? Because we know everything with the Love is Blind experiment is sped up. It is accelerated. So I guess we have to question, do we really think Micah, of all people, would actually have a hand-forged wedding ring. I mean, she admitted to only keeping 1/40th of her clothes in Seattle. So I don't know. But so far, I guess we got to follow it and see where it goes. So we got to talk about our rebound couple, Zack and Bliss. And they got to meet Zack's family, who is in full support of Bliss. On the flip side, we also see Zack meeting Bliss's mom and sister, who are also in support of this because they just truly seem to be supportive and kind people. And I know a lot of us, when we seen this particular scene, it made us teary-eyed.
I mean, I grew up in poverty. I grew up with not much stability. I literally had to teach myself most everything. I mean, my mom gave me unconditional love. And my mom's passed away, so she's not around anymore. But I've been in relation in the past with women who came from very well-to-do families where I was definitely not accepted by their family because of how I grew up. I think that is what really made me nervous, is like hearing about how your family is. And so when I talk about like my fear about not being accepted, it's that. Like Romeo and Juliet didn't work out, right? Like they tried.
Yeah,
they tried to make it work, but it didn't. That really was one of the things that scared me. But I think when I saw her and we met for the first time in the real world, she walked in the room like, oh, wow. And I felt this connection with her immediately, and she had like this serious face because she didn't want me to know how she felt.
I didn't know how I was gonna feel.
Yeah, but I could feel it.
I hadn't seen you before.
What did you feel? What did you
just
feel?
Warmth. Yeah, just this warm feeling. Yeah.
Sometimes things just happen. It feels right, and you just gotta go for it.
Now, as much as Bliss's mom looked like she was all on board, it went straight to the crapper when he meets Bliss's dad, who can't stand that Zack isn't a mini version of him, I guess. He doesn't care that Zack is passionate about criminal justice reform, and the rest of the family is just sitting there in silence while Bliss's dad berates anything and everything in sight. The process, Bliss, her sister's taste in men. This conversation felt like a whole police interrogation. And I mean, clearly this has happened before, so maybe Bliss won't care about her dad's opinion. And given all of Zack's family's issues, yeah, maybe Zack won't care that Bliss's dad would prefer that she married someone else. So now let's talk about our golden couple this season, Tiffany and Brett. And Tiffany is carrying a whole lot of stress over this wedding. We even seen during one particular scene that Tiffany cries because of the planning. And Brett tried to take her on a seaplane event to make her feel better and surprises her with a series of engagement photos. But yeah, I mean, she's still, I don't know, it's just something in her mannerisms that make me think that she's ready to run. And it's not necessarily because of Brett. I think it's probably because she thinks this may be too good to be true. It's just going too easy for her. And sometimes people just can't handle good guys. They expect to see the toxicity and they'll, hope that, oh, it's going to happen. It's going to actually confirm my biases. But it's not happening with Brett. And Brett didn't help when he had a conversation at the dinner table. And I don't mean he didn't help in a bad way. He actually made it worse for her, but made it look good for himself and everybody listening.
Women see me now, and they don't see where I come from. And then when they see where I come from, there's like judgment for like my family and kind of decisions that they made and things that they've done. So it's like, if I'm gonna bring somebody into my life, like this person needs to understand that. And above all, like support it, right? And like, that's all I ever got from her. Just kind of tell her, tell her I was feeling. And just for me, it was like really like letting my guard down. Like, I'm really seeing a future with you. And so many things that I guess I've been afraid of that I wasn't even aware that I've been afraid of until like you came and I got to know you. So anyway, I'm trying not to get too emotional talking about that. But thinking about like a family and like kind of starting a new branch in my family with like where she is in her life, where I'm at in my life, you know, our ambition, you know, Black woman, and, you know.
It's important.
It is. And it's like, you know, generally my family is a thing. And it's like, I want to be with somebody that is like driven and focused as I am, and we can grow together and we can start a whole new like life for, you know, when it comes to our kids and what they can be able to achieve and give them the resources that I didn't have. She's amazing. She's absolutely amazing.
So we cheers to that one, too.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, first one. Wow. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Cheers. It's really dope. You know, it feels like, sounds like real love inside for you.
I'm pretty confident.
I've observed how you look at Brett, and Brett, I've looked at how you look at Tiffany, and it is a very beautiful thing. And words are part of it, but actions speak louder than that, and the way y'all look at each other has been very inspiring. And to see a Black couple is a beautiful thing.
Yo, y'all are gonna make me cry.
Well, cheers.
Happy tears, happy tears.
We also got to see Tiffany meet his friends, his dad, his brother, and everyone loves her. And Tiffany loves Angus's hair. He had this big old huge afro. And thank God, because I don't think we could deal with 1 ounce of negativity in their storyline at all, given everything else that's been happening in these episodes. All I'm going to say is I hope she make it down the aisle with no issues. Say I do, because I think you might be missing out on a good thing if you get in your own way, Tiffany. But yeah, those previews, they might be fooling us for the next final episodes of the wedding with these two. But I hope that it's just all for hype. And finally, we got to talk about Chelsea and Kwame, and their issues are piling up. So we got a scene in a half-empty store where Chelsea keeps saying things like, I'm having too much fun with you, while Kwame keeps saying things like, you're too confrontational.
You don't have to like nitpick every little thing.
I'm not nitpicking. I'm telling you how you approach things, how you go after conversations, how you always want to like chase the fight. It always just feels like everything's so confrontational, dude. Everything's so confrontational.
I'm just direct. I'm just open. I don't like to like keep things in and harbor it, and like I just don't do that.
Big difference between being direct and being confrontational, baby. Do I look or do I sound okay? Do I like that's not being direct. That's being confrontational. I'm trying. I'm trying, dude.
I know you are.
And there's no pocket of this moment in which I can like just go hide away and have my little peace. There's no pockets for me. You have pockets. If you're really stressed, you can go hang out with your mom. You can go hang out with Rocky. All those things help you get back to yourself. I have nothing here that helps me get back to myself. Nothing. I'm gonna drive to Portland for 3 hours and then go lay in my bed and take a deep breath and then come back. Okay.
I wish you could do that.
It's just tough because thinking about like literally like fuck everything that I say that I'm giving up. Fuck everything that I say I'm giving up. Fuck Portland, forget that. And I can put all those things aside because you would make up for more than enough happiness in that. But in the last couple of days, it's been tough because it's been stress.
Yeah, it has.
And this is the time when we're supposed to have each other's back more than ever.
There's also the other issue of Kwame's mom, who we have not seen nor heard from, but is definitely an issue in their situation. When she does pick up the phone, we don't hear anything, either because something maybe with the filming release, maybe she didn't sign anything. But, I mean, one particularly heart-wrenching scene is when he tells Chelsea that she can't take his last name until his mom gives them permission. Now, for someone who claims to be independent, who has gotten rid of all of his mom issues, the issues are obviously still certainly in the room with them right now. Now, while she's certainly not perfect, Chelsea kind of pushes the couple's positive moments in the episode. They meet up with her extended family, who is extremely supportive and present Kwame with sweet drawings. She and Kwame do a boudoir photo shoot, which was hot, a fantasy that she apparently had since she was younger. And then at the bachelor party, she got extremely wasted and spewed out to everyone who would listen that their love story was like a beautiful slow dance. However, across town, Kwame is complaining about how overpriced Seattle is. And at this point, even one of his friends is like, dude, just marry her now. You're never going to do better than this. So now it's time for the weddings finally. And I mean, my question is, who plans an outdoor wedding in Seattle? Yeah, because it was pouring rain. Now, Chelsea is in the middle of a whole fantasy. She's crying over her flowers and family and friends. Everything is pink. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Meanwhile, Kwame is saying that he's considering booking a flight to Vegas. I mean, why did you come on this show? We know you tried out for Married at First Sight in DC season 10. So, I mean, obviously you wanted to try it again here. Luckily, his siblings, Jerry and Barbara, came in to save the day. Barb, who is absolutely sporting that gorgeous orange dress, basically tells him that she's going to kick his butt if he says no at the altar. She even gives Chelsea a clutch decorated in kente cloth, which made her cry even more. I absolutely love Barb this episode. We needed her in the pods, but I know she's already married, but maybe she could have gave positivity and advice. We got to bring this girl back to the reunion. However, Kwame, yeah, he looked like he's about to throw up. Chelsea written her vows, while of course he has not. She says, I do. And then, of course, production hits us with the cliffhanger of all cliffhangers, waiting for Kwame's response. Okay, so let's get the conversation started down in the comment section. What do you think Kwame is going to say? Is Chelsea going to get her heart broken? What about Tiffany? Do you think she's going to get cold feet on the wedding day and say no? And then with our other remaining couples, with Zack and Bliss, will they make it down the aisle? I don't know if her father would have anything to say about that. And then with Paul and Micah, can they actually make this long term, or is it just a surface relationship? So I hope you enjoyed this recap. Stay tuned for other recaps and updates on this channel. And until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you next time. Bye.